think?
Good morning.
More passion, more footwork, more energy, more footwork. What's going on, guys? We're gonna try this shop video stuff out. We're gonna try a new build series on a customer's car that he brought in for a stretch. We're gonna build the front axle, rock crawler long arm kit. We're throwing coilovers in the back.
Am I still connected?
Yeah, you're still connected. Brett already got the front axle pulled out. We're gonna be throwing RCVs. We're gonna sleeve it, do the gears. We're gonna keep the Rubicon axle locker. We're gonna do ball joints. I think that's it for the axle. And then the Jeep is gonna get a front long arm kit. We're gonna be stretching the back. We're gonna throw some coilovers from Fox. We're gonna be cutting it all up. And we're gonna take you guys along with the ride. So what we're gonna do is, today's video is just gonna be basically Brett pulling this axle off and then building this. And then throughout the series, we're gonna be doing the front, the rear, and then if everything goes to plan, you guys are gonna see it being tested at AOP in 2 weeks. So probably when this video is released, we'll already be testing it out. So it'll be cool for you guys to see the before, after, and then testing phase.
How much of a stretch in the rear are we going for?
I think it's 6 inches.
6?
Yeah, 6 or 8, whatever we could do for him.
Let's do 12.
12.
All right, so what we've got going on here is I've pulled the axle and we're gonna build it. So first things first, we gotta strip it down. I took the knuckles off, I took all the steering off, the stabilizer and everything. We're gonna do 488 gears, so I gotta pull the carrier out. We're gonna do a truss, so we gotta clean it up. What else are we doing? We're doing sleeves. What else do we got? Does he have a front drive shaft, or are we using the stock one?
Nah, we gotta order one.
We gotta order one?
We gotta order drive shafts front and rear.
It's a very healthy amount of oil in there.
All right, we're gonna let Brett get this axle tore down, and then we're gonna get the camera charged because it's kind of dying, and then we'll come back and do an update. I think he's gonna do the gears first and then start putting it all together. So.
Wait, I actually have to do the work? We're not just talking about it?
No, you don't have to do it. We'll just take it somewhere for someone else to do it.
Yeah, in between the clips, right?
Yeah, just take it apart and then we'll take it somewhere.
We'll come back and it's done.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, we got the axle all stripped down. I put the sleeves inside, drilled Swiss cheese holes into the whole axle, and we're gonna plug weld it, and then weld the outside here. And on top of that, we're also gonna be doing a truss. So this thing should be pretty strong. And we got C gussets, right? C gussets. Where did my orange Rockstar? Oh no! I spent most of the day opening boxes and then pulled the front axle, cleaned the front axle, welded the truss on, put the tubes in. Tomorrow morning, I'll do the ball joints. I still have to paint it after it cools down, which I might try to do tonight. And then we also got to do a re-gear, the RCVs. What else do we got? I think that's about it for the front axle. And then we start the rear. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Oh, I forgot that we didn't even do this. This was the axle shop.
What?
We didn't do this. The axle shop did this.
Yeah.
We just got it back from them now. That's why I'm still so
But
clean and
we gotta take it back tomorrow.
energized. All right, let's paint it. Day 2. It's geared. It's trussed. It's painted. Sleeves are in. Big thank you to the shop that did all that. Ball joints are in too. I think I'm gonna be spending the rest of my day under the car with a Sawzall, cutting off brackets. Super fun. Maybe I'll port the box today too, actually. We're doing hydro assist also, so we gotta take the box off, port it. Do we have a ram already?
Yeah, it's in the back of the car. If you pull it, I'll top it. If you know what I mean. The last 2 days have been just a lot of cutting and grinding and Brett getting the frame to where he wants it. We got some new parts in that we were missing, like the joint that we got, diff cover, some little stuff here and there, shock bushings, but I'm gonna let Brett show you guys pretty much what he got done today. And then I think tomorrow we're gonna be porting and tapping the steering box for hydro assist. So we're gonna be drilling some holes and tapping this, and then we'll be putting all that back together. We got the springs in, and then from there we'll just start on the back and get the coilovers in, get all that set up.
So as Danny said, it's been 2 days of cutting and grinding and cleaning down here. But I got the upper bracket off from there, lower from here, completely cleaned up. Still have some cleaning to do and obviously painting. Welded on the 3-link bracket, so you got the upper there, lower, and just the lower on that side. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a few more welds tomorrow morning. Actually, I definitely am gonna add a few more welds tomorrow morning. I went ahead and also welded this, the cross member here, to the other transmission cross member. You can still drop out as one unit. You just take these 2 bolts out, and these 2 bolts, which I had the clearance holes for, and it'll all drop out together. I welded from here to here and the bottom, but I don't feel like that's enough, so tomorrow I'm going to weld the back side here just for a little extra strength. I also discovered a crinkle in this frame right here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's bowed in and it's supposed to be flush, like this side over here. Luckily, I don't think it's too much of a problem. It didn't actually change any of the angles or anything, or any measurements on the frame. I already checked everything and it seems okay. So next step will be getting the axle under here and the arms. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to port the steering box, which I already pulled off yesterday or the day before. And then after that, the axle will go under. And once the front's done, we'll start in the back. We're using the front as a reference for the back because we're going to do coilovers in the back. So I'm going to use that ride height to measure out everything in the back. And I just realized I'm not done with cutting. I still have to cut the brackets off the back. So that'll be fun.
Now is when you guys are gonna start seeing this all come together to like the final result. We got all the brackets cleaned up, rear axles off. Patrick just got these things cleaned up, ready for the truss. And the brackets, Brett's been cutting non-stop. We already got the front done, all the brackets are welded on. We're gonna go ahead and throw the rear brackets on, get the upper 3rd link welded on this car. And then we were waiting on one more thing for the axle. Got that in, we're gonna clean that up, get it welded on in the car. And then we should have that installed. And then to make our deadline to get this to AOP, we have to order a drive shaft tomorrow.
Which means the axles under the car, where they're going to be at ride height.
Yeah, so basically tomorrow we need to know where the car's sitting for the rest of its next life. So that should be interesting. So we're probably going to be banging out late night, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. And then we have to order springs. And there's a lot, and then we have to test everything and make sure everything's good for AOP so we don't have any issues there. And I'm sure something's gonna come up with a build like this, but definitely a lot going on. You wanna talk about what you got next?
Right now I'm just notching the body mounts for the rear lower arms. And then I'm gonna weld on all the the rear brackets, which are 2 lowers and an upper. And then after that, we're gonna have to situate the whole axle, front and back. Gotta get the front first so we can put it on the spring. We have the springs, right? Yeah, we have the springs. Put the front under and get it bolted up, and we'll put the rear under and match the height, measure for drive shafts, and if we do all that, then we can go home.
If.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is anymore. Yesterday we stayed till about 9. We got the front axle on, rear axle's in position. You can see where the stretch is gonna end up at. I think we got a wheelbase of 103, which is pretty cool. We had a little issue with the rock crawler parts, but we found the solution, ended up working around it, not a big deal. Front axle's exactly where it has to be. Springs are in, shocks are on. Brakes, we're probably gonna do new calipers just because those are super old. We already went ahead and gutted the rear. Brett's gonna start cutting it up, and we don't want to catch anything on fire in here, so deleted all that. Did our mathematical stuff here. Figured out with our CAD drawing, that's where the shock tower is more or less gonna go. And then we're setting it up for a 50-50 travel on a 12-inch coilover. So he's gonna lay some dimes. Boogers. Some dimes. Boogers. Yeah.
Think his shoulder hurts? Damn. Swinging that hammer. What day is it?
All right, we're back. It's been a couple days in between. We're getting the other 2 cars that are leaving with us to AOP basically ready. One of them had like a ton of work that had to get done, motor mounts, and I did both sides, a bunch of other stuff, which we'll probably throw some of that stuff into a video when we test drive the JK. But we did take a break. We ordered springs. We got drive shafts ordered, a couple other miscellaneous things. I know he was busy working on those as well. All right, we left at like 3 in the morning yesterday, got the whole car ready. We did like a little test drive before we came to a conclusion that it's ready to go on this trip. Did a rough cut back here, literally super rough. Just enough to get it out there and clear, and then later on we're gonna put corners. Coilovers are on, all the bolts are marked, everything's good to go. Brake line, springs, preload, everything's ready to go. So, that being said, I think we're gonna close out this video. And you guys are gonna have to watch the next one to see how the test driving goes and the flexing and all that. And then we're probably gonna talk about these 2, what we did on those.
All right, guys. Day 276. I don't know why I looked like I had a watch for that. Car is completely done for the trip. It's not completely done cosmetically, and what do we have? We have the buckets in the back. We still got to do some paint touch-up. There's some stuff. There's some stuff, but it's good enough for this trip. We're taking it to Tennessee tonight. Gonna put it on the trailer in a couple minutes here after we change the battery out. And that's that. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, follow. Damn, this is tight.
It is really tight.
My X was this tight, I probably would have stayed with her.
Motherfucker.